Moved a couple people around, but we just kept saying that, we've got to get this team to have a real confidence in how good they can be. And we circled the wagons. I thought our guys did a great job from that point on, circling the wagons. I think that's why we got the Penn State win. I think it's why we got the Wisconsin win. And we have a long way to go on having that, what real confidence really means. And instead of circling the wagons the last couple of days, I think we started to see ourselves as the face of the wagon, individually. And that's exactly what I told the team. Exactly what I told the team. And they earned it. There's no question Northwestern earned it. But the complacency that we played with today and the sense of settling on offense and not be, we knew there were going to be multiple defensive changes that could come today, whether it be zone, whether it be sagging man. It's not the first time Alex Ola sat in the paint. And give them credit, they did a fantastic job. But we participated in it. We participated in it by settling, by not reversing the ball enough, you can't, where we have so far to go is you can't be driven by your offense in the sense of when your offense is not there, it affects every other part of your game. And that happened too much, and it happened with our oldest guys. And it happened with, I'm not gonna use the term leader because I don't think we appeared like there was a leader today. But with guys that get the bulk of the attention, the shots and things like that, we were fired. It affected us on the defensive end. And we have a long way to go. And I can't just put it on youth because obviously some of the younger guys didn't play up to their capabilities. And we saw that coming. I saw that coming. I saw it yesterday. But we didn't have some of the older guys play as well. So as a team, we did not have the hunger that you need to play with on a daily basis, be where it needed to be. Northwestern did. We knew they were close. And I don't think it's a matter of overlooking Northwestern at all. I don't think that, and please, you can write it, but I don't see that at all. I don't think it would have mattered who we played coming off the win the other day. We weren't mature enough to handle a great win and come in here and play the way that we needed to play. And it started yesterday. And I'm disappointed in that. And if it was legal to practice at midnight, we would. It's not. So we'll start when it's legal tomorrow morning. But this, we're not gonna sit back and look at any part of this as being acceptable in the way that we play. And I'm not trying to take any credit away from Northwestern because they earned it, and Drew Crawford found his matchup, and he absolutely popped us. But we knew they were well coached. We knew they got an outstanding team. And all of a sudden, we start thinking that instead of having that hungry, circle the wagon spirit, we got away from that a little bit.
Dustin.
You said you saw it a little bit yesterday. What did you see, I guess? What were sort of the signs that sort of bothered you?
Lack of focus, inconsistencies. And it's part of it. I mean, it's not the first time, it won't be the last time, but it was there, and it was addressed, and it was addressed frequently. And it was addressed last night, and we tried to shake it out of it this morning, and it just didn't fall that way. It didn't fall that way. So, that's why you get a chance to change lineups. That's why you get a chance to change who plays where. Times like this, I'm glad I did play so many guys in the preseason because at least it's not the first time that they get in there. But the guys that are in the games are the guys that are earning it in practice. And unfortunately, we don't have an abundance of earning it throughout the game once we're in the game. But we did a few days ago, and I don't want to get away from that at all. I'm just being as completely forthright and honest with you as possible. We didn't mentally prepare the way we needed to prepare, and the distractions of winning a big game caught us.
Ken. I know you say you don't get frustrated with the players, but how upset are you that they just don't seem to be getting it on that?
Well, I do think perspective would say that there's a lot of people that have never been in this situation before. Remember, guys who are going to lead the team, they didn't have to do that. Victor Oladipo did that. Jordan Hulse did that. Christian Watford did that. Cody Zeller did that. They didn't have to do that. They were there, okay? So really, I don't get frustrated. I really don't. And I try to understand more than ever that you coach potential during practice, you coach performance during the game. and you're trying to give your team every possible chance to win the game, whether people understand it or not. You're trying to get your team, and I'm with this team every day, so I have an idea of what it looks like. And frustration, no. Upset, banging my head against the wall, no. Getting ready to go fight again and do it again, yes. And that's the only way that it can be.
You're down 4 with, 30 seconds to left, and
Terrible shot. There's no question about it. I mean, we just covered. You can't take a jump shot there, and that did not make sense. Our whole thing was to attack the rim. And our whole thing was not to take a step back three in that situation with anybody. And we practiced this numerous times. And we covered it again in film yesterday and today. And we had a power spread call on. Get a screen in the middle floor, let's get it reversed and move, and let's play and get it swung, okay? And get the ball attacked, and if we have a wide open shot that ends up being a three, great. But the whole thing is about getting the court spread with a screen in the middle and 4 perimeter players, and you don't take a step back three there, not even. Now that might have caused a little frustration, but you know, he's never been in those situations either. No. I mean, but there's no excuse for that.
Tom, despite all the struggles and stuff, with 3:30 left, it's 40-40, and then Dems hits you with like 7 straight points. From a defensive standpoint, what happened at that point, and what did you guys do?
What happened at that point is when guys aren't making shots offensively, it affects the defense. And it was not a good enough screen for us to be getting hung on that pick. We called a timeout to switch it, and we still got scored on. And that's where chest in front, stay in front of your man. If you trap, you're in rotation in that situation. We had the right defenders in it as far as what you would think going into the game. Probably didn't have the right defenders on the way the game was being played out. But it's hard to take Yogi and Will out of those situations. But we didn't keep our chest in front on it, and we're going to have to continue to look and make adjustments. You know, I mean, again, that's a situation where Noah's in the game at the end of the game. I'd like to be able to switch that. Took him out the other night. We gave up a 3-point play. You know, I mean, we're work in progress on how we finish those things off. So, again, they had too many shooters on the court to say, okay, let's zone that and give them that opportunity. But there's no excuse for not keeping the dribble in front of us there. And one of those shots was a really tough shot, but the other ones were more straight line. When you're getting beat on a straight line, that's the defense more than the offense.
You talked before about the understandings for this team. How can you kind of accelerate that? So
I don't know.
Not to take that.
I mean, if I had that answer, we'd have won the game. Okay, we just got to get back to work at it. I mean, that's not a cliche, it's the truth. So, believe me, we pulled a lot, we tried to do a lot of different things to win the game. You were there. I mean, it just didn't, I mean, we had 2 walk-ons in there at runtime. So, you know what? We'll do it again. We'll do it again. There's a way to win, there's a way to lose. Today we showed how to lose. The other night we showed how to win. And it sounds a little more simple than it is, but you got to have, we've got to have much better play, all right, out of our better players on both ends of the court, much better. And we'll work to get it, and I'm confident we will, because we've had it. Go ahead, Dustin.
You obviously went in knowing they were going to clog the paint. That's just kind of what they do. But I guess what makes them so good at it, number one. Number two, where would you like to see your guys adjust?
Oh, get it reversed 2 times more instead of trying to come down the middle. I mean, we didn't use the corners, okay? And every time out it was running sets and 4-week dive and all these different things they were trying to do to keep the ball in movement. You just got to get it moved. So, the higher they're clogging the lane, well, that's where your back cuts come in. You got to make them move. And we settled too much. And they took advantage early of Noah being in that trail spot and being up there, and he did okay with that. But then Noah wasn't rebounding. And Noah's got to rebound the ball. And our rebounding was, it's easy to look at, well, we lost this game on offense. We didn't shoot well. We took too many quick shots. They were only shooting 27% in the first half. I mean, it was not a great offensive display from either team in the first half. We didn't rebound the ball well enough. I mean, think about the rebounds that stood out. Austin Etherington's off the foul line, things like that. We didn't rebound the ball well enough. We're working on blackouts this morning. I never work on that in game day. Today we did because I saw it as a problem, but didn't carry over.
Anything else?
Noah's double-double today. How has he been developing?
Well, I think he's getting better. I think you see it in the fact that he shooting the ball. He's playing in a lot of crucial situations. He's very good around the bucket. I think he's developing just fine. I think he's developing in a lot of ways. And some days we have to remember that he's a young 18-year-old, and other days we look at him like he's been around for 17, 18 games in college. But the bottom line is he's in his first year, and he's got a lot to learn. The good news is he wants to learn. Go ahead, Justin.
Jeremy obviously didn't play again today. Is this a suspension? Did he violate any team rule to earn
You'll
it?
see him when I put him in, Dustin, and I appreciate you taking the chance to ask that question again, but I think that's where it is, and I'll put him in when I do, and I really, that's where I'm at. I apologize, but that's where I'm at, so. Thanks.